Hello, it's the Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. It's the start of the month, which means I've got another giveaway for you. This time it's a Tier 8 American Premium Medium Tank to TL-1LPC, which is basically the unskinned version of the Stone Cold, which is a fantastic little medium tank. Now, all we need to do to enter this giveaway is leave a comment with !duck followed by your gamer tag and which console you are on. So that is !duck followed by your gamer tag and which console you are on. The draw will end Saturday the 18th of February, at which point I will do a random draw and I will respond in the comments to who has won. And yeah, that's it for the giveaway details. So let's just get on with the video. I've got two replays to show you of what you could potentially be winning. Okay, so here we are on Canis for the first replay. We have 4 enemy light tanks and 1 enemy fun police in the game. Now, as you may notice, I'm in the Stone Cold. This is actually exactly the same tank. This is just the the skinned version. But other than that, the stats wise, it's an identical tank, which the tank you could be winning. I'm going to play aggressively as we are top tier and try and spot the enemy team early, get a little bit of intel to find out where the enemy team are playing and see if we can potentially get any assistance, but it's probably going to be unlikely because all our light tanks are actually coming this way. So I'm going to push around now and just see if I can get any early damage. It looks like they've caught this heavy tank out. I'm hoping I might be able to just dump my 2 clips in quickly. And unfortunately we missed the first one and we do get the second one. This is basically a double shot machine. It's 280 alpha and it's got basically a very quick interclip, so you can just dump those 2 shots and just move on. It's a tank which I really enjoy actually. It's a very good tank, which a tier 8 premium tank. I decided to come back because there's lots of light tanks going through the middle. A bit of poor shooting on the first shot. I should have hit both shots there and would have had a lot more damage. Because if you are only hitting 1 shot out of the 2, then obviously that is going to dramatically gimp your DPM. But we do manage to get 1 in, putting us under 570 alpha. And now we're going to try and push around. We have a little bit of a Randy driving or petty driving, clash into that light tank, unfortunately. But we're hoping just to take care of this light tank in the middle so we can take that position off of them. Because it appears that I think that the team at this point, they're either camping on their base or they're all pushing through the town. We get a nice double tap into that Pantera on the move. Unfortunately, we managed to, he misses his shot on us. And the enemy heavy tanks are all pushing through the town. So I want to try and win this sort of middle location, because then I'm in a really good position to farm the heavies as they cross in towards our base. They're being a really awkward crossfire. But I'm trying to get rid of these tanks in this location first. We get 2 shots into the Pantera, putting them onto a 1 shot. I've seen an opportunity to take care of this Persian, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Full send over. He's caught in a bit of no man's land. We can double shot him and hopefully we pick up the kill, which we do, getting us our first kill of the game and putting us under 2,100 damage. Still a fairly close game though. I just feel like I'm in a good position to protect the base. If they full send into the open, they are in a nasty crossfire here. And this is where the majority of the enemy force is at the moment. So I'm going to try and deal with that the best I can. I'm looking to see if I get any shots from when crossing. I didn't want to go too close too soon, just in case it was all going to full send around that corner. But that's not happening, so I'm going to try and push around. We know we've got an IS round here, and hoping I can try and take care of him. We get 1 in, we pick up the kill, and then we're going to look for a shot to see if we can get any more in. We find the Ragnarok, finish our clip, and now we go straight back onto the reload. You may notice I have quite a lot of heat shells. That's because the heat shells on this tank, they're not like the usual heat shells. They're not like a slow heat round. They're high velocity heat, and they actually have faster velocity than the standard AP rounds. So yeah, they are actually quite, they are decent heats. Obviously, you just have to be careful, being heat, but you don't shoot into space armor or the tracks because it could get absorbed. But we're having a decent game. We are a couple of tanks down, but we have gone 3,000 damage. And the enemy are kind of trapped in an awkward situation. We put that Roger Dodger now onto a clip potential for us, or we could potentially 1 shot them if we do roll high enough. We're just backing on reload, waiting to see if we can get any more shots in while we're in the cross. Try and deal with this Roger Dodger because he's the one sort of preventing me from shooting here. Unfortunately, that one does get absorbed. That's where I probably would have been better with the AP round. But we didn't want to eat a shot unnecessarily. But now at this point, he's just going to be hard aiming us. So I'm thinking, you know what, I am just going to eat the shot and try and finish him off. Unfortunately, I don't roll high enough, but we have definitely put him onto a one shot for us now. Back onto reload, and we're going to wait to see if we can get some shots in. At this point, I'm thinking, you know what, I might actually try and take a different angle. I'm going to try and get back up onto that high ground on the ridge, see if I've got an easier shot to confirm the kill. The game's kind of swung back into our favour now. There was a few tanks down, but now it's looking very, we're in a good situation. The Lovers hold down to us, but we can pen this Cupola, so we're going to try and get a shot in. We missed the first one. We do get the second one, again putting the Lover on a one shot. At this point, it looks like he's the only enemy tank remaining in this location. He's only on 200 hit points, so I'm going to leave him towards my team because I want to try and get over to where the rest of the damage is. There's 4 tanks remaining. We know where the Lover is. We know where the Striker is and the light tank on the far right hand side. The only one that hasn't been identified yet is another TD, which is the Slayer. Now, I'm going to push thinking he may be in the base, but still in the base, because I didn't want to cross towards the Striker and then get slapped by the, the 700 Alpha or whatever it is on the Slayer, because that's going to be unfortunate. So we're going to try and clear out this location first to make sure he isn't in the base, and then we can come across. I mean, at this point, I'm just hoping I'm going to run into the Slayer, because I'm like, oh no, have I made a mistake? Because is the damage going to get away from me? Because I've had a good game, won 4,000 damage, got a couple of kills, but it would be nice to finish this game strongly. And it does look like, unfortunately for me, the Slayer isn't in the base, so he has to really, unless he's still stuck in the town, he's probably realistically pushed across with the other TDs in towards our base. So I'm going to have to try and get across as quickly as I can. What I don't want to do is go through the cap circle, because the second I go through the cap circle, they're going to know exactly where I'm located, and ideally I want to come behind the tanks, catch them off guard, just get easy pens. But yeah, it's kind of like, in hindsight, watching this back, I think, oh, maybe I should have just gone across, but that's the beauty of hindsight, isn't it? I decided how I was thinking in the game. I wanted to try and make sure there wasn't anything in the base. It's a 4 versus 2, but it's only 2 DZs left. The Striker and the Slayer, they're both obviously turretless TDs, so we're going to feel pretty confident. We're just going to poke high to make sure there isn't a Slayer around the windmill. There isn't, and then we spotted this enemy Striker, and we're thinking we may just be able to get a cheeky shot into his side and pick up another kill. The Striker is backing down. We're going to hope to see if we've got an opportunity. We have to take that one quickly. Thankfully, it damages his engine. We don't manage to pick up the kill though, but we do get 1 extra shot of damage, puts them to just above 4,000 damage, with only the Slayer remaining. Like I say, at this point I still haven't spotted the Slayer, so I'm kind of thinking he's either pushed around, he's underneath this ridge, or the only other location I haven't checked is that he could potentially be in the town. It has decent camo, maybe he never ended up pushing round. But I've just got to full send there as quickly as I can, and I've burnt a lot of fuel this game just driving around. We're just hoping we run into Slayer, because we can eat 1 shot off the Slayer, and thankfully I get spotted here. I'm just trying to hope the Slayer shoots so I know where he is, but we do spot him anyway. He's not looking at us. Like I say, we can eat a shot if necessary, so we're going to try and get both shots into him. We do get that in, putting him onto a 2 shot to us now into the clip, and I've just got while I'm reload, I'm just going to relocate to a different angle so I've got an easier shot on him. Slayer chance of the shot. Now I know he's on reload, I'm just got to dump my clip, and hopefully I'll be able to pick up the kill. We get 1 in, and then we go for the second one, but it hits its gun and we don't pen, and yeah, annoyingly we don't manage to pick up the kill, but we still have a decent game. We get 5,000 damage, a tiny bit of assistance, and 2 kills. And yeah, it brings us then to replay number 1. We only pick up the first class, we are top tier, and we didn't get that many kills. We get the high caliber, but yeah, that's it for replay number 1. We've got 1 more to come, so I'll stop rambling on and I'll see you there in a little bit. Hey, so here we are for the final replay. This time we are on Ghost Town. There is a couple of enemy light tanks and 1 enemy fun police. We are top tier, being that it is Ghost Town. It doesn't see the top tiers at the moment. Now, Ghost Town is actually a map I really enjoy. I like playing it in mediums as well as heavies. It's a symmetrical map, and you can rotate round. It's a map I get on with quite well. Now what I'm going to do initially is push to a position which is nice when you've got a little autoloader, and I'm going to try and get behind this building on the right, because quite often happens the enemy light tanks just full send down, and you can often get a couple of shots as they cross or as when they leave. But what's actually happened is our friendly light tank has spotted it out. That's given me the information I need to know that there is no enemy tanks there, which gives me the freedom to push up and try and get in where the damage is. I want to try and get to this position as quick as I can to try and get a crossfire on the enemy team, which is most likely going to be there. The enemy VK comes around the corner. I wasn't realising I was there. I get my 2 shots in. I am on a reload, but he gets pushed into a crossfire and gets taken out. Thankfully, I block a shot there. While we go back on reload, I'm just getting myself safe, scanning to see what tanks there are. Spotted that Skoda T56. That's a dangerous tank when you're top tier in this scenario, because it can basically take off half my hit points in a clip. But then we've got this IS shot, which is a nice easy pen. We get 2 shots into the IS, putting the IS onto a 1 shot. I'm switching between the big map and the small map just so I can make sure I don't get surrounded. But at this point, I want to know where all the enemy tanks are. We're looking to get a shot. That Oho doesn't have the gun depression on us at the moment. We pull back down, get a shot into that IS. Unfortunately, we missed the first shot, which would have killed him, but we do take him out. Now, at this point, on Ghost Town, I want to try and relocate while I'm on the reload and finding the easiest break point to try and surround the enemy team. There is this VK here. We can quite easily take care of this guy. We're going to be able to get 2 shots in, but now we're going to need help from our friendly team. Unfortunately, he bounces a shot, but we're going to wait now. We're on a reload. If he pulls around this corner, he's going to get shot by our friendly team, or friendly TDs, light tanks camping in the left. If not, I'm going to go on reload and just quickly take this tank out. We take him out, creating the angle so as to get behind the enemy team, or at least try to get behind the enemy team. We've got a decent start to this game. We're looking to see now if we can start getting shots into this VZ at the top. We wanted to get some shots in here, but as we do that, I realise the Skoda's coming around. I want to try and get out of the way of this guy and try and dump my shots into that tank instead, because it's more of a threat to us, to be honest. We do get 1 in, and now we're backing up on reload in case that other enemy tank decides to full send me. But I'm going to need to start getting the work in here, because we are starting to lose the numbers, and I need to start getting to killing tanks as quickly as possible. So this VZ is full health, but we get 2 shots in, putting them onto half, and then we're going to pull back into cover. If he comes around here, I'm hoping he's going to get shot by my friendly tank, which is with me. If not, again, I'm going to go and reload and try and dump my second 2 shots into this tank. I need to try and get rid of this tank. We put him onto 1 shot, we pull him around, and my friendly teammate does take him out. But now we're losing this game. And I need to take out tanks. Yeah, I've done the best I can here. But I'm coming around here. I'm going to ignore the light tank. I'm going to take out the tank, which is a kill, which is a Skoda. Now we're taking out the kill. It frees us up to deal with this light tank. But suddenly we're in a 3 versus 7. And what I need to do now is try and get a bit of distance. I really want my friendly team to come with me into the ridges, so we don't have to brawl and we've got a bit of time to get some shots in. We do take the light tank out, and then we get our last one into the Oho. It's still a winnable game, but I need our friendly team to disengage, so I've got time to get my shots in on the reload. We're going to pull round and try and get 2 shots in this Oho, but we'll put them onto a 1 shot. Fortunately, the first shot goes too high. We do get 1 in, and now we're in a 2 versus 5. It's not looking pretty at this point. I eat 1 off the T28 trying to get back into cover, and I'm kind of at this point accepted that, well, it's going to be difficult to win this game now. Now in a 1 versus 5. There's no way of me escaping here. The best I can do at this point is, can I get my 2 shots in before I die? That's my plan. I'm looking for the Barras. That's not going to happen. The Tiger comes out, I get my 2 shots in, and that's kind of the best I can have done in that scenario. Unfortunately, that one was a defeat, but there wasn't really a lot more I could have done in that game. We do manage to go on to have a decent game, getting 3 kills, 5,500 damage, and blocking 700. It is only the first class. You know, if we would have had my team could have hanged in there for a little bit more, I could have had a lot more out of that game. But that is what it is. You can't win them all. But yeah, that hopefully shows you what the tank can do. And yeah, so get entering the giveaway, guys and girls. And as always, thank you so much for your support. It really does mean a lot. And happy tanking.
Hadouken!